Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, the Python Gurukul. Today we'll be talking about how to run PyTests. We will cover how we can run PyTest with different options. And then we'll be talking about discovery, how we can discover all the existing test cases. Once we run the test cases, then we want to decode the test result. And we'll be talking about what all possible outcome could be. So let's go ahead, start talking about the different options. Either we can run the PyTest by just saying PyTest without passing anything. No arguments, no folder, no directory, nothing. If we do this, the PyTest will by itself start looking for test cases in local directory, and then if we have any other directory, it will start looking into the directory and it does the recursive search. One, if we know which file or which test suite to run, we can say PyTest and the name of the file. In this particular scenario, PyTest is going to run all the test cases from the given particular file. We can provide more than one file as well. Also, we can include the directory name. The interesting thing to note is if we give the directory name, all the subdirectory or f- files inside the directory all will be looked for possible test cases. So PyTest will start with the directory and then it will do the recursive search. That's very powerful tool and we don't have to do any additional thing to start looking. Let's see how we do the discovery. So Python looks for all the tests which is starting with test something and .py. It considers all the file with similar naming convention could be possible test suite. Once we go inside the file, then inside the method or the function, it look for everything start with test underscore. Very similarly, it can look for the test classes as well. For test classes, any class, any Python class start with the test and then some name will be considered as the possible test directory test suite. Let's go further. Once we run the test case, then how we'll be decoding the test result. So I want to highlight with few things commonly we'll be saying because lots of things go to in the screen. I want to start highlighting the dot. Dot is going to say that these many test cases have been passed. In this particular scenario, one dot, one pass, and that's where we are saying 100%. There could be another scenario as well. In this particular scenario, I have some test cases failing. While failing, we can see that some more result. But if we have some options given, we can see what the diff was in such a detail. And in this particular test case, we can see that it has failed and the failed is 100%. Let's see some another sample. In this particular, we are running the PyTest, we are giving one suite name, and we can see that we have one dot from this particular class, one dot from this module, another dot from this module, and we can see the total number of test cases passed and the time, and we can see that so far we have completed 33% test cases, those were passed 66% and 100%. So this is very helpful output. Let's change the gear and talk about what could be the possible outcomes whenever we run the test case. So we saw that test cases could pass and that we can see by the dot. It can fail as well. So whenever it is failing, we'll be calling F or failed. But there could be some scenario we don't want to run the test cases. We'll be learning how to skip, but for now, the test could be skipped as well. So we learned about pass, fail, skipped, but there are few more. Maybe we have defined some test cases to fail, and it failed. We, we defined some test cases marked with the XFAIL, but it passed. Or we came across some errors. So these different scenario could be the possible test outcomes. And around our last topic, to provide the options while running the PyTest. So we can say traceback means we are interested to learn more around what's going on. But we have option, we can say no. And whenever we say no, it just it just try to summarize the output and it will give only the high level view. There is another very important, either we can say minus v or we can say minus verbose. While giving the minus v, it is going to provide things in detail and everything in the console. We can see that it is giving what has happened, where is the problem, and what is the real difference. Okay, so already we have PyTest installed, virtual environment created and activated. So we can see that we are in PyTest demo environment. We'll go ahead, do some dir, and we can see that we have first.py, second.py, and test integration. So let's go ahead and say that PyTest. Whenever we'll say the PyTest, it will start looking for the possible test suite. It will ignore first, it will ignore second because I don't have included test inside the name of the first and second. But it see that I have something like test integration, it will go open and it will cycle through all the test cases. It found three test cases, ran them, and now we see the result. But if I am interested and I want to run one of the tests, say first.py, we can do that. This time I ran one test case and it completed. We can provide more than one name as well. So we had first and second two file. I'm saying PyTest, run this particular test suite, another test suite, and run all the test cases from here. So now it started looking into the first, found the first was successful, 33%. But second one went something wrong. It has two test cases, one passed successfully, second one failed. So that way we can provide many suite name, many files name. And the last one we can try that. We can simply include the directory name as well. So we have test integration and we can pass the test integration. In this case, it will run the two file and all the test cases available inside the test integration. So let's go ahead, run the same test case, but this time we will say that traceback equal to no. And let's see what happened. So maybe I'm missing one dot here. This time the result was so much clean. It ran everything. From there, it picked up few test cases and then it gave the output, but this time we were not having lots of information. And sometime whenever we are running in the backend mode, we don't want to print everything in the screen. This kind of high level result we are interested in. Then we can set a traceback. No. So we are not printing any traceback here. Sometimes we are interested for more information. And for that, we can say that minus v or minus verbose. So we are just saying that we want to see all the output in detail what's going on. And there we can see that we have enabled the verbose by just saying minus b. And then we can see test cases more in detail. When it failed, we see some more detail. So that's all I had for you. If you like my video, please share and subscribe. And thank you for watching.